by Tapasha. Fallen clicking once with the USP, not even interested in reloading. Gonna put out some counter grenades to try and see if they can maybe buy a bit of time, and actually that stopped all of Virtus.pro in their tracks. Now they're making their way on finally. Fur goes down, Bolt's boosted up, he gets a headshot on Snacks, and trying to make it back in. This is a really great defense, and even stopping the bomb is Taco coming in so quick on the rotation. This is falling apart here for the T side.
Yeah, this is great from SK. Slowing down with the first kill, the boost yields one more, and then obviously that flank coming in. That was so quick. Even VP, it looked like they'd be able to trade themselves into that bomb site, but once the flank comes in that fast, not ready for it, not expecting it whatsoever. So SK, remember, they lost both pistol rounds on Mirage. It's good that they get started out with one here.
Yes, they definitely need that. I mean, when you're playing a best of 5 as a player, I feel like, especially when you're SK, maybe you're not gonna take it too badly losing one map. That's gonna be like, okay, well, we've got plenty of time to correct that. But obviously, winning a pistol round like this, then you're right back in the game. We'll see. Bit of an interesting buy. R8 on Snacks, obviously, I'm a huge fan of that.
Yeah, we've been seeing he's been doing that this whole tournament, so we'll see if it comes to pass here. I think Matt and Henry are doing a R8 count for the number of kills he's got. I think he's up to like 2 or 3. Hopefully he can add 5 more here would be pretty cool, I feel. He's
only bought it 2 or 3 times. I think the success rate right now is like, yeah, 2 out of 3. I think it's like 66%, nice. So he's got it going on. I think the science is settled on this.
If anyone could make the R8 work, surely it's Snacks. Ooh. You think you almost feel like he's timing those shoulder peaks, right? And you could see here, working on it a little bit. Nothing landing yet.
What's going through the mind of Fur when you heard that? He's thinking, what is happening? Well, wants to jump. That's a dink mid-air. Fallen in so much trouble in this corner. They do actually have a Molotov to try and bring him back, but that's great utility use on SK Gaming to try and bring Fallen back. That's definitely going to be annoying for Virtus.pro.
Yeah, the utility might have just saved the day for SK because VP was rearing to go once they heard that dink come out, falling down to 13.
You only have 7 bullets left, Snacks. What is going on? Well,
plenty of bullets for 5 kills, Anders. And here comes the rush, the boost. Oh my god, this is so dangerous. What are they thinking? The smoke didn't plume, and SK is so bold with that boost, and they get punished for it.
That does seem like madness. We just talked about the great bonus of winning that pistol round. You do not want to give it back already. Trying to see if they can make their way through. Bialy gets 1 kill. He's very low on bullets as well. The UMP coming in from Taco to clear up Bialy. And now it's Neo and Taz 2-1-2. The bomb down. The R8 still in play, even if it's low on bullets. Flashbangs are coming in, and now SK want to go for the retake. They do have a kit on either player, but they can't find Virtus.pro right now. They're both stacked up at Banana, and surely that's going to be well known. Cold wants to try and see if he can go for it. The R8 not hitting anything. There's Neo with a big kill, and the double kill for Cold Zero, but it's too late. I'm going to call it the R8 to save the day, Moses.
Oh, never thought you'd say that in the grand finals of a big Counter-Strike match. But Neo, it took him a couple shots to get that going, or maybe it's just a slow rate of fire, but I think Kuvin and Snacks are just giggling about that as well. I thought that flashbang was perfect. I thought that flashbang was going to win him the round in the 2-on-2. But brilliance again from VP. That's heartbreaking. Stolen away in the second round. I don't know what they were doing with that boost. I don't know how that call came out, but that was so weird.
Definitely a misread. They obviously thought they had more time, but the risk is so big.
Here's the dangerous part of that. It's usually one player who makes that call, and the second player just does it because you always try and do your best to work as a team, even if you personally think it's the wrong decision. So I mean, there may be some stress between players after that round that they'll have to calm down, but that can be it obviously bites them in the ass there.
Yeah, absolutely does. 1-1. Deagle's in play. MP9 there on Cold that he stole from the last round or ran away with. And it looks like Virtus.pro are quite set to slow this one all the way down. Don't want any kind of crazy play coming out of SK. Double grenade to top Banana there, just to make sure that no one's hiding in the corner. But they've got all the utility they want here for any kind of execute.
Yeah, and this is just VP just saying, all right, let's just stack up. Let's not try and do anything fancy. And here comes that boost again. This time, it's at the proper moment. It's before the execute comes in. So smoke's going to go down. There are 3 players here. 4 players, actually, excuse me. And actually another boost coming up. They're stacking boosts on this side, but it's all a fake. It's all a ruse, and Taco's found it and a kill. Neo does fall. 3 players of VP have to make their way into the site, and they have to do it without falling. Snax gets that kill, and that's the site secured. I guess Taco, we didn't see his POV. He gets the kill, but didn't see the others following up.
Yeah, and that's what I really wanted to know. If he didn't see Snax, then his internal timing is going to be way off for how soon Snax could have been in that corner. Very unfortunate. Now Pasha's out there hunting. Will lose the fight to Fur. A little bit awkward here. SK Gaming still have a kit on Cold from the previous round. Fallen going to walk right into that AK-47. And Snax looking for a bit more. It's going to get a headshot on Bolt's looking for the triple. He's blind. Great flashbang coming in here from SK, but it will be too late simply. No health there. And Taz will close out the round. So a bit expensive, but ultimately still a great round here for Virtus.pro.
It really was. I'm interested to see if they were able to salvage Snax's AK-47. It wouldn't be the biggest of deals. If not, this should be a round where they have some of the pressure abated. SK likely going back to USPs, maybe a flashbang to try and be clever, maybe some upgraded into P250s, but overall, Virtus.pro responding after a pistol round loss. You imagine Snax with this MP9 is going to be the main aggressor. Pasha saving up for the 808P, doesn't even get a rifle or an SMG, just goes for the CZ.
Deep grenade to try and chase down Fallen, who just wanted to show himself. Snax could probably take this fight and win it, considering there's no armor on the other side. Cold is right at the edge with no one seeing it.
Yes, he is. Trying to peer over that smoke. It's not working. There goes Taco out in the open. And yeah, Snax is just, how many kills can I get? This is what we call Gladiator. You just send one player out, and he just fights until he dies. And Snax has obviously not died. 3 kills for him so far. coldzera has found himself in a pretty cool position, maybe able to take one away, because I think this could catch SK off guard that he's going to be here. Taz has actually got his eyes on it, so I say that. I also said Taz was looking deadly focused in this game, coming out of the booth, and it continues here.
It's very important here, mentally as well, just to get out of these rounds. Going to be annoying for SK Gaming. Good shot, that P250. Definitely a great pistol at almost any range. But not going to make it out of the round. That's a quad kill for Snax, all of them with the MP9. So quite a lot of money stacked up on him, which is obviously great news.
Yes, and now it'll be interesting to see what Virtus.pro comes out on this map, how they're going to open this up. Do they want to go for something where they can try something fast-paced to try and abuse? Even if you can just pressure fast-paced without committing, if you can draw some of that utility out of the SK side, because they're not going to have everything they want, obviously, in this round, that'd be great. Yeah, Snax was loving this round.
Yeah, absolutely. Looked like maybe he could have got shot down by Cold, who was in that smoke. Just never really happened. But let's see what SK can bring us now. That AWP from coldzera and one on Pasha as well. I would say this would be the sort of map where both Cold and Fallen could do a lot of damage.
Absolutely.
But we have seen some absolutely insane peaks from Pasha where he just no-scopes people left and right at almost any range.
Yeah, last night's matches were unbelievable. Just absolutely insane the things he was doing. Bialy, he's had a great tournament, and you can tell by the way how confident he is. We saw it in Mirage peeking out of A Palace. Here he's peeking out of these halls into the A bomb site very, very early on, just trying to catch someone with an awkward timing. Fur's going to push in front of that with a pop flash. Does blind him for a second. Neo as well. Neo's going to expect it. He's swinging around the corner. He's got the angle. He's spamming it, and Fur doesn't want to take that fight. This is dangerous for both players in this smoke. It's just all about luck. Neo, he thought about pushing through, but he holds off.
So risky, especially I feel if you're on the SK side there, giving up the early player. Now it's top mid control attempted and gained as well for the VP side. Cold trying to fall back, and Taco getting a big kill there on Snax is absolutely going to help out. 4 versus 5 and slowly running out of time. 30 seconds tapping away. Taz getting the kill on Taco. 29 seconds. They got to get on that bomb side. The bomb is now dropped. Bolt's getting a big kill, but can they get the bomb down here? Fallen is close by as well, trying to win the fight. He almost takes down Bialy. It's looking good for SK Gaming. 2 versus 3.
An opportunity, though, for VP to take this one away as well. Bialy's got good positioning in pit, even though he's low, so are the SK players. coldzera with the op has got to do something huge, but he's so scared of moving forward quite yet. This is all on Bialy. How can he hold this? The pop flash, it comes out, not as effective as he'd like, and he's not taking the peek just yet. There's the op shot from Pasha, and it misses. All on Bialy. He gets one, transferring over.
There's no kit right now, so they got to be quick, and Fallen will get the kill. Running right onto the side here, and I think there is going to be enough time, but that's very scary. If they don't go for that really quick retake there, it could easily run out of time. SK Gaming losing 3 players in the round, but they do win it, so not bad at all. And you could definitely tell that Cold was looking very uncomfortable taking some of those early fights. He really wasn't committing to them. He was sort of a bit worried, and they didn't really know where VP were anyway.
He missed a couple shots that you know you normally see an Opper hit as they cross into the bomb site as well. He had great angle in library. It wasn't smoked off. It just wasn't landing the shot. So a little dicey there, but thankfully they do win the round anyways, as you said. And he's well, he keeps the op, but so Fallen picks one up himself. So double op setup coming out early on the CT side. UMP on bolts though. No banana control for VP. I think that deep smoke caused him to just shy away and back off from it. But he hears the pressure.
That's such a back and forth battle how people deal with that banana control, and obviously it's very utility dependent. So this time double up all the grenades on SK side. Let's see what they can do. UMP on bolts, wonder if he's going to try and be aggressive with it or just stick around. That was so close with the timing. Fallen, is he going to peek back in? Pasha, he's got it scoped up. Did they see him? Fallen still gets the kill on Neo. Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened. He was staring into the wall. I don't know if like Neo maybe missed the first couple shots and it was a great reaction. It seemed like Fallen shied away from that fight just because he was expecting a pop flash and it just never came out. So he's very, very fortunate or very, very skilled. Either one works. And at the moment, there's mid control, and there's the delayed battle. You love to see this. The aggression from SK. Retake it once VP has it. Don't let him control mid at any point in time. That's so beautifully done with a good pop flash. Bialy trying to come out, but it's an easy shot from Cold. He's not missing these ones. And Pasha is all alone.
And what can you really do with this? Down to that Vietnam grave.
We don't see a lot of times that the CT teams actually fight for that. A lot of teams shy away from those mid retakes because if that pop flash isn't like perfect, if maybe even just one person is open, you just die, and then the terrorist team has a great way to get into the bomb site, multiple avenues to wrap around that A site. But it's one of those things where there's no necessarily correct option, because if you play super passively over there, you give up a lot of space, a lot of control, and a lot of information. And if you go aggressive, you risk of just losing the round on that middle fight if it goes poorly.
Well, they've broken the VP economy. Pasha with the AWP hasn't really had the impact yet that we were looking for. So difficult when you're on the T side as well. A lot of the time there's going to be smokes, or you'll be standing at the edge of a Molotov, or you'll just be close to a corner where someone could rush you down. SK have to be loving this. They won the pistol, then they lost the following round, and yet they've managed to bounce back fairly quickly here. So that's confidence building, definitely.
Yeah, this is all about Pasha. What can he get with the AWP? And this is great, actually. You see Taz with 2 smokes, and he's actually just playing. He's just buddy system with Pasha. He's gonna, I mean, 2 flashes, excuse me. He's gonna use those flashes to at least force someone like Coldzera, someone like Fallen off the angle with the AWP, just so Pasha can take it, trying to give him any opportunity. You'll see one come up mid right here. That was it. It actually was not very effective. And there goes Neo. Pasha now, you imagine he's going to grab the angle, try and punish the fallback. But Coldzera jumps and Pasha just gives it up before the fight happens.
Yeah, very hard to stick around there in the middle. Snack's going to try and see if he can run down bolts, and that actually almost worked. Uncomfortably close. Taco with a very good defense there, getting the instantaneous headshot. Taz will fall. And again, Pasha left to his own devices, and actually that's just such a great bait from Coldzera. Jumping to show his shoulder. Triple for him, 4th round for SK Gaming.
It's also Coldzera just like going full Terminator mode, isn't it? Just like announcing to the world that he just wants to take fights. Like you can see a lot of oppers will, I mean, and almost wisely so, just fall away after they miss that shot because it's an expensive weapon. You don't want to give it up. You don't even want to risk that staying on the ground after the round. And Coldzera just pulls out the pistol and goes for the fight. And even goes for the second one on Pasha. So tactical pause from VP pretty early on here, wanting to get started and also knowing that they haven't done a whole lot of damage to SK in recent rounds. So even if you don't win them, you have to start finding ways to get kills, finding some weakness in the defense to exploit.
It'd be interesting to see exactly what that is. Right now, I think Neo has 1 kill, so that's obviously a big change from the first map. Someone else might have to start to step it up. Coldzera, who was doing great on map number 1, he's just continuing on here.
Shouldn't surprise anyone at this point.
Not really.
You could, like, he's like Mr. Consistent, isn't he?
It is kind of wild. I think he had something like 22-ish kills in the first map.
That's not bad.
It's the average day fan, you know. Well, there
Speaking
it is.
of which, yeah.
Trying to catch up, taking down Pasha.
That's actually a big kill to get. There's a lot of utility purchase on the VP side, so he takes some nades away. Still plenty for these 4 players on VP for any kind of execute they want to do. It's the pistol, or it's the weaponry that they're lacking. Some spam coming in, but Taco respecting that smoke and respecting the fact that a reload would be just such a juicy opportunity for anyone from Virtus Pro in these holes.
And SK playing very grouped up at the moment. Hard to catch anyone on the SK side without exposing yourself to a second player here, so that's always what you want to see. Taco getting out of the pit just as VP are actually jumping into it, and Taz somehow sneaks in a kill. Bolts, if he could have been shot in the face then, maybe the bomb site would have fallen. Cold, he's got a deep diagonal line into the A site here. He can protect a lot. Sees a guy crossing over. Bolts just trying to stay alive back there with the AK-47. And they're going to get kills at the same time, leaving Viali in the pit. So that's a good attempt from Virtus Pro, actually. I'm surprised they got that far into the site. But SK are playing this one very meticulously. They're really not leaving much chance.
It seems like maybe they had a conversation outside. Everyone's playing a little bit more disciplined, it feels, except for maybe Cold Zero in a couple rounds when he feels he has an advantage. But everyone is just kind of not taking fights if, you know, it's not the clean advantage, not taking fights if they don't have to, making sure SK's committing into the bomb site, Virtus Pro's committing into the bomb site. That round with just the pistols, VP just didn't have the tools. It was great they got out. It's great that they got control of lane and that kill on a Taco, but nothing left to use to actually pressure Bolts inside the site.
5 rounds for the Brazilian side. Very aggressive. Usually they would have thrown that smoke already, but Fur wanted to catch someone off guard. So, you know, the small little details, the small changes in the defense from round to round is making life much harder for Virtus Pro.
Well, also that Molotov from VP got the car just a tad bit late, and that's what allowed Fur to just go through it, knowing he wouldn't take a whole lot of damage. Well worth the fight in his opinion. He's got VP scared of the aggression from Banana. And after, he's actually the only one there, so there's going to be 2 ops over at the A bomb site, but Fallen's going to be on the quick rotate. He's actually heading back to B right now just as that smoke comes out. Even though it's called, he doesn't move from B.
Still a minute left. Tentative top mid control for Virtus Pro. They've sort of peeked around the corner a couple of times, so they know that there's no one really holding right at the arch. Is it going to be enough for any kind of a setup? They really want Cold Zero to peek. So far, he hasn't. It seems like now is going to be the time to execute. Molotov in the corner, flashbang back in. That worked last time. This time they run into Neo. He gets one. A second opening, taking down Fur. And Taco's in so much trouble. He's got a bit of backup behind him. Gets the kill on Snacks. That's actually big, and there's a quick rotation coming in. Fallen, he's right behind them. They take care of Cold Zero and Taco next, leaving Fallen alone. And he was a second late for that kill. Bialy will take him down. And Virtus Pro picking up a 4th round. So many small details in that round.
Yeah, so very good from Neo with those 2 opening kills. And yeah, that's maybe the danger of that pop flash that, you know, I just talked about, how you can almost basically lose the round on that hit. Here's the pop flash, and actually it's just blind luck, literal blind luck. Bolts goes down to Neo's spray, and there's the peak as well, but Neo's already got the angle. Even with 4 players at the A bomb site that round, SK still couldn't hold it.
Yeah, that double opening, definitely too much to handle now. We're seeing a lot more aggression. They don't really make the corner quick enough on the SK side, and now the risk of being run down. Fallen just ready if anyone was going to take a peek, but seems like Virtus Pro don't want to try and chase that in. It's so risky to do that as well.
Yeah, this is also so sick from SK. They haven't used the smokes, the Molotovs at that B bomb site. Fallen still got his, Fur's still got his smoke. So, I mean, despite the fact they had so much pressure on them, they still have 3 pieces of utility to delay a hit at the B bomb site to delay that choke point. There goes the smoke just now, and actually they're going to go through it. Fallen's trying to go around it. That's a mistake. That's an overreach, but this is such a clever position from Fur. Can he punish them? He's calling out that they're actually going towards CT spawn. They're out in the open for Cold, but he can't land it. And Fur now, a clever position turns into a desperate situation. He's hiding in the smoke as it begins to fade. It looks like Pasha's aware of the possibility as well, but he can't land the shot, but he's given up his spot. Fur's so much pressure, trying to get one more, but he just can't.
Neo looking over the high ground advantage there, taking down Taco. Somehow it's a 2-on-1. It looked like Virtus Pro was going to make it through this round just absolutely clean. Bolts, I think, has been a great player for SK already, but this 1 versus 2 is going to be very tough. He needs an early kill, then he actually has the utility to force the next player out, but in a 2 versus 1, how do you accomplish the first part? He's already gone and checked, making a bit of noise on the site now, so Neo definitely knows it, and that's going to be the kill for him as well. Double, again, tying up the scoreline at 5-5. So, I don't know. I feel like this T side on Inferno can be very strong. So I'm not that worried that Virtus.pro got 5 rounds. I think SK shouldn't be either.
Yeah, it almost feels like this map doesn't matter which side you think it is. It's all about whether you have the utility to do something on either one. As a terrorist, you need them to force back Banana. You need them to take top mid. As CT, you need it to delay everything. So whoever controls the money is going to be winning rounds. And at the moment, that's VP. They've wrestled it away from SK. Here comes the danger of how high they can make this scoreline go before SK respond.
Jump, always dangerous. Does get tagged through the wall. And he's gonna make his escape. Yeah. Really only the AWP, I think, that can do any significant damage through that. Or the auto sniper, but we don't see that much.
Yeah, we don't. We saw it in the previous game, I believe, today.
Yeah, the one time.
Well, Molotovs and utility used by VP, and Pasha's got plenty of time to peek into this bomb site. Just over a minute remaining in the round. It's been quiet, at least compared to last night. Saw Snacks using the op earlier on this T-half for Virtus.pro. This can be tough, though. Fur's playing behind the fountain. Can be a tough position to clear. And actually, Bolt's rotating away, and Fallen sticking around. Oh, they spotted it out. Nice job by VP. That's pretty much all the danger. Fallen doesn't have the HP to commit, trying to do some damage through the smoke. There's a gap in it, and actually Bolts finds Neo.
Yeah, a little bit silly. Probably not necessary. Headshot from Cold Sierra. Absolutely necessary for SK Gaming. 3 versus 4 with 27 seconds. Should be no problem to get in and get the bomb down here, but can they also hold on to it? That one AK picked up, and the smoke on Taco could make things a bit interesting if they're quick with the retake here. The lack of kits mean they really got to move fast if they want to try this.
Yeah, Taco on the flank is going to be the one. When does he peek? Because there is one player that Snacks down in water. He's got to hold this. He's got to win this fight. He spotted him out. Taco trying to bait some shots, trying to keep him guessing. There's the peek. He does win it. Now Fallen's got one. They're adding on. Pasha all alone, and he's pulling out the pistol, but it's just too late. SK swarms into the site, and VP simply lost too much before that bomb got planted.
Absolutely incredible turnaround here for the Brazilian side. Who would have seen that coming? They've been very good, VP, with those B executes, but Neo, so once they spray the boost towards CT spawn, and they don't catch anyone, just give up on it. You know, just fine, go and plant a bomb. But you could tell they wanted to take the fight, and Bolts, he was there taking down Neo, and then it just all sort of collapsed.
Yeah, Neo got lured into that fight by the gap in the smoke, and I mean, that in itself wasn't necessarily anything too bad. It's when Cold Zera simultaneously gets a kill on the other side of the map. Because then you've lost the manpower to be able to successfully watch your flank. You saw the position Snacks had to be in to do it, and if that's the fight you're relying on to watch your flank, you're going to have a bad time.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely did. Another tactical being pulled here from Virtus.pro, just trying to make sure that they don't lose their minds too quickly here in the first half of the second map. 6-5 and gearing up for what could be a very tight game. I mean, Inferno historically has given us some incredible Counter-Strike matches.
Oh, it's such an iconic and beautiful map for Grand Finals, isn't it?
Yes, it seems like it's just almost meant to be some of the time. Pasha hasn't seen much play time either in this game. I think he's got 3 kills overall. It's not the end of the world, but we kind of like to see him get something done here. And I like the fact that he swapped up for the AK-47. Maybe instead of sort of pressuring on with the AWP, that it doesn't seem to be so easy for him to land a shot here.
I mean, it's never easy for the terror side, and honestly, it might just be a situation of money. This is going to be a pop flash from Taz. They're just going to try and contact and blow up at a timing outside Palace. This could work. There's a lot of SK players, but oh, Taco's here in the bomb site. He slowed him down. There's 1 kill, but he falls. It's so much pressure. And it happens so quick and with no warning. VP's already in the site planting the bomb.
They were definitely caught off guard by that. Bialy with a great double opening. Fur and Fallen. And look at how far away Fur is. It's going to be like 5-10 seconds before he's even at the bomb site. And by then, there's just not that much time left to defuse. So unless they can get a very quick kill here, it's not going to be possible to retake. And there's nobody showing themselves for VP. They would love to find somebody, anybody right now, that could spark some sort of retake attempt, but it's so far gone already. Fer jumping up on the hate cart, getting a little bit of pressure from Fallen on the other side. Fer does get the kill, but yeah, the time is going to be the big issue. He has to fall back. I mean, it's a great attempt, but not going to be good enough. Bialy is going to be gone no matter what. That will still be the round for Virtus Pro.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a world if Fer moves a little bit faster on that flank up mid, maybe they can actually realistically go for that. They had plenty of utility for it and some low VP players. Unfortunately, just too much time clicks off. I mean, it's such a tough call because there's so many positions you have to be careful of and be cautious of when you make the route that Fer did on the flank. Either way, VP responds. They're trading rounds. This is great. I mean, it's so nice for VP that actually SK's called a setup. That's a brilliant transfer, isn't it? But the setup is, you know, 2 lane, 1 on the bomb site, and that call, because when that hit comes in, if you're SK, if you're the defense, you still don't know it's everyone out halls. Oh god, Fer's gonna get a huge battle they line up, but brilliant trade from Pasha.
That could have been the end of the round right then and there, but they managed to take care of Fer. Pasha still pushing up behind the smoke. Fallen not seeing anyone pushing through just yet. And Virtus Pro, do they realize? They probably don't. That Taco has gone on an adventure and has now reached all the way to T-spawn. Neo, there's absolutely no way you could know this.
Okay.
This man has been playing Counter-Strike longer than almost anybody else, but this spray, he tries to make the transfer. It looked like something was telling him that maybe there was something going on. I mean, it just doesn't seem possible. Fallen gets the kill on Pasha, and a great comeback here from SK. Probably going to be winning this round. Bialy on 6 health. And they've got 3 men stacked at the bomb side. They've even got Bialy following up. Sorry, not Bialy, but Taco following up behind here and locking them in.
If Neo had cleared that flank all the way, I don't know what I would have done. That would have been too much for me. But brilliant even to consider the possibility. Taco making a great flank, and you can see SK's evacuated everyone off the A bomb site. They're all here. Surely no chance. And Cold Zera coming through the smoke. Does find Taz as Bolts takes out his teammate. Again, another round traded back and forth. Neither team able to string them together.
Look at the guy's face.
His face
as well.
is the best part. It's a whole package, really.
It's gonna say, no, it's not gay to love Fallen. You've got every right. Well, what a situation this is. I can hardly believe it. 7-6 SK Gaming. They've got the money lead. They've got everything going on. Smoke is up, and there is a bit of a jump up on the wall for trying to see if he can get the early advantage, and actually he's just going to go aggressive. They could probably guess that BP don't have the money.
SK's starting to get pretty aggressive on the sides of the map here, just trying to find some information. We saw Taco, obviously, last round with the big play. This time it's aggression towards Banana. And that's one thing actually VP's kind of struggled to do is once SK has control of the car or that half wall, they really haven't been able to force them back without taking heavy casualties.
Bialy gonna jump down. Looked like he could have caught Taco off guard. They're gonna lose Cold Zera in the exchange. But with the bomb drop back there, Taz still has quite a bit of work to do. He's got the time for it. That's maybe the one thing here. So shoulder peek comes out. Taco knows it. And backup is being called for, making Taz very uncomfortable. He's gonna get the first fight. Looking for a headshot. Has to be quick. SK, the bomb is not down yet. They're fighting just a bit more. Maybe they need to. I don't mind that they try to help out the pit player in Taco, but now you've got the bomb. Slow it down.
Yeah, Taz has done a great job of kind of predicting where that next player is going to peak, and he's actually done a phenomenal job of finding some one-on-ones all across this map in this situation. This will be the tough one. The angle that Fallen's at, and he is going to win it. Another one-on-one, but Fallen comes out on top. Going into the last round as well.
Very interesting here. Look like all the time that Virtus Pro are on the edge of making something work, so that they're cracking open the bomb sites. They're getting some important kills to make it onto the sites, but SK is slowing it down all the time and really doing a good job. Bolts is at 13 kills, tied with Taco there.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a great job for SK winning these rounds despite some adversity, because there was that section where they traded 3 or 4 rounds back and forth, these two teams, and at any point if VP had strung 2 together, this would have been a huge half for them. You're talking like 9 rounds or 10 rounds for VP on the T side. And SK Gaming was just barely able to hold on and now have a lead of their own. No matter what happens into the second half, the question is how much. Neo on a CZ, Bialy on a Galil. and nades are going to start running low, and they just don't even want to mess with Banana on this round. And this is where the trouble becomes for VP, not necessarily being able to force back or pressure that one player that's there. They haven't wanted to mess with it, is there's now 4 players a day that they have to deal with.
Smoke raining down, a lot of them towards the pit where nobody is holding. So all of those grenades for nearly nothing fallen to get the kill on Taz. That's such a deep investment for Virtus.pro, and right now it does not seem to be paying off. We're under a minute, and they have no grenades left here on the VP side. Luckily for them, Falling Peaks bolts out in the open. A huge overextension, and he's going to go down. Bialy with that great pickup now. Fur has managed to rotate all the way in. And that smoke is almost miraculous. That makes them cross. Are they going to be able to make it around the corner? Fur is hot on their heels. 34 seconds here. They need to get that bomb down before the rest of the rotation comes in. Fur lining them up with a great double kill. And that will be 9 rounds here for SK Gaming towards the end. Very good first half, in my opinion. Yeah, great aggression from Fur as well. Just continuing to push down Banana when he feels no pressure. Getting aggressive, getting behind him. Even though he gets smoked off, going right through as soon as his teammates feel pressure. That was well done. But that's the thing. SK, again, 4 players in that bomb site. Even when they lose 2 players on Rap side, BP could have pushed the issue and wrapped around that bomb site, because I thought, why not do that? Why not split into that site? But either way, SK comes out on top. And considering they won pistol and lost the second round, that's not bad from SK at all. No, I think they're going to be excited about this current situation. Big question, obviously, is whether or not they can win the pistol on the second half. If they could do that, then I would say they've got a really good shot at lining it up for a 1-1 in the maps. This is also the half where, you know, we've talked a little bit about how Pasha was struggling in that first half on the T side with the AWP. This is the half where you'd expect him to come alive a little bit. Pasha's had some pretty iconic games in his career with the AWP on Inferno. Yeah, absolutely true. I mean, we sort of followed him a bit in the first half. There weren't even many times where I thought, oh, you know, he gave away a big opportunity there or something. It just seemed like every time SK had either too much utility to put the AWP into play, or they just had positions where you couldn't find anyone. Yeah, and that's the problem with, or maybe not the problem, but that's just the difficulty that operators go through on that T side is no matter what happens, like you're just going to have some halves where you just don't get any of the fights you want, you don't get the time. Snack's giving the stare. Had me frozen for a moment there. All right. Mesmerized in those eyes. Audience in play. We saw a variant of this when we were in Poland for the major. Yeah, that was insane to witness, wasn't it? The whole crowd, and here it's joined by a chance of Virtus.pro as well. Yeah, the crowd there at the PGL major was unbelievable. I still have dreams about that. Need to go back there at some point, definitely. So not sure what the holdup is right now. Hopefully it will get underway soon and we can get back in the game. But what's your preference for a pistol round on the T side here? If you're Virtus.pro, or sorry, if you're SK and you just want to make sure that you can get in and win this round. I would like to see, I mean, I think the first thing that you do, and I've seen SK do this a number of times, and actually a lot of teams do it, it's not particular to SK, but, you know, run up Banana, force back any of the defenses that are there is always a good call on the C. Like, you can't go wrong with that on the T side, unless you're going to do some kind of fast play towards A, obviously, but, I mean, having control of that top Banana, or at least forcing the CTs into the site is the first step, because it denies information. And then, I mean, if you go to A, I always like the joint pressure going up lane and coming out the balcony. That can be so difficult to stop. And sometimes if you do that on the T side, you even just get like an easy bomb site, because it can be very difficult to hold, like, you know, balcony or pit with a USP against Glocks that are jumping out. So sometimes teams just play retake, which I think is a very bad strategy for CT sides. But, I mean, some teams just do it because they have no better answer. Do you want to know, Moses, not that it's at all applicable to this game, what my matchmaking team does on this map? I actually would love to, I would love to know. I know you've been dying. Yeah. Been itching for it. Now that we're waiting anyway, we usually try and get 3 men on the T ramp that don't show themselves at all. Definitely don't show themselves in middle, don't show themselves on Banana either. Then we got like 1 or 2 people who go into the A apartments and just make a bit of noise, try and go for a kill on towards pit or that balcony. Okay. And as soon as that engagement happens, as soon as the first kill happens, no matter which way it happens, you just rush Banana. And half the time there's going to be like a CT player that snuck out to try and take a look, and you can run him over. I've played with you before. I know your playstyle. You are one of the players that's hiding on the T ramp, isn't it? Obviously, I'm not an idiot. I don't want to get killed. You are the one letting your teammates do all the work. Just want my score to be really high at the end of the game, Moses. That way I can
That's
point
all
my
that
finger at
matters.
everybody else and say, why you guys aren't doing anything? What's going on?
That sounds like you. I like it. High fives being exchanged. I think we're going to get back into this one. I'm just guessing. I could be entirely wrong. But I hear the timer clicking, I feel.
Yeah, we've got all the right signs as well. No headsets are off, no one's standing up.
Everyone's talking again.
Yeah, it's all good, I think. Well, cables being thrown around, all right.
That's a bad sign. Loose cables being thrown around.
Yeah, don't want any of that. No, I think they're close. They're really close. Has Bolt's got his camera, his face cam pointed directly into the ceiling?
Just turn it around at some point.
Yeah. Bit paranoid, isn't it?
That'd be epic.
Just does not want to get filmed, apparently.
No, he doesn't want a face cam.
Well, beautiful cinematic shots here.
Have you ever seen your own face when you play Counter-Strike?
Yeah, because I used to. I don't know. I just try not to look at it.
I make such stupid faces during Counter-Strike.
Yeah, I think people always say, Anders, you look so angry because I'm focused. I can't help it. Dualies in play. The game is live again. 9-6 in favor of SK Gaming. Second half coming up here. Second map, the grand finals. And if you're just joining us, then a big welcome. It's a best of 5, so you got plenty of Counter-Strike still to come. And Fur going to be sneaking in with a perfect opening, taking down Snacks.
That can't be the plan, surely. Ooh, that's nice. Pasha going to go for more, though, and he gets dropped by those dualies. But certainly that's an oversight that Snacks had no one watching. I don't know, maybe he expected Pasha to actually be in that stairwell? But that's as free as a kill as you're ever going to get.
Yeah, that was very easy, but I'm disappointed, though. Bolts threw away the dualies. Oh, wow. Bialy to take down Fallen. Love to see that. Bolts trying to go aggressive with the USP. Should have stuck with the dualies, I guess. Now inside of the bomb site, trying to hold on is Virtus.pro. Taz with a headshot. 50 seconds, he's going to swing wide. He almost takes down Bolts. That could have gone horribly wrong. Somehow Virtus.pro still come out on top of this fight. If they can win this pistol round, then it's anybody's game. Cold Sierra wants the high ground there. Bolts is going to win the fight anyway. Now it's a 2-on-2. Neo missing a huge chance there. I have no idea how Bolts is still alive in this pistol round. And Cold Sierra now on the side looking for it. Bolts still surviving. His face ducked down behind the wall, trying to see if he can make it out of the round. Neo hasn't even reloaded yet, and Bolts is going to get the headshot. I can't believe it. And Bolts again, quad kill, taking down Virtus.pro. Yeah, I would be shaking my head too. How's he alive?
I don't know. I don't know how he didn't get that kill initially on Taz and Lane as well. So a very big turn of events for Bolts in that round, where he's probably starting to apologize to his teammates for missing an easy kill, and then finishing it off brilliantly. But smart play, getting to the headshot angle where your HP doesn't really matter. So fortunate for SK that actually goes into their favor. The tough part is Neo had to make that decision if he rotates away back to the B bomb sites or stick around to help out Taz, because the pressure stopped. Bolts backed away. There was one, I think that was Cold Zera in the halls who hadn't come out yet, so Neo just makes the wrong call at the wrong time.
Well then. SK brought back that pistol round, all thanks to Bolts, it seems. But now Taz calling for backup, and a lot of coming. In fact, the whole team is about to show up here, so Molotov towards the coils, or coffins if you prefer. Bialy somehow sneaking his way through against Fur. He's going to pick up that Mac-10. Everybody's flashed. And Bolts is still going to get the kill. Getting the right angle, doing a bit of damage there, and it looks like SK really want to back out of this. Yeah,
well, I mean, when you see all the VP members jumping up and getting into position and being aggressive and flashbangs coming through, SK really doesn't need to have anything to do with this fight. Neo's all alone at A, and he's telling him he hasn't heard or seen anything, so stick around and keep battling at B. Now they're going to rotate back towards A, and Neo in this spot. Surely this gets cleared. But when does VP start coming back from B?
He's looking the right way. Headshot on one. He makes it around the corner. They're trying to chase him down, and Bolts will do it with the AK-47. So if he could have got away, Neo, they would have had to worry a lot about him even putting the bomb down. Now it seems like they're almost in the clear. There's no armor on Snacks and Pasha. That's a really big problem, even if they got close to retaking this.
This isn't bad, though. I mean, Taz still has armor and a CZ. You can set up in some positions to get some exit kills. Taz can bring that forward into the next round. You've got Snacks coming over. He's got a Mac-10. So just see if you can get a kill, see if you can upgrade, see if you can just force some rebuys out of SK. It's not going to do the greatest economic damage, but every little bit counts.
Well, Cold might be shot in the back if he looks out. Pasha gets the timing down right. always a little bit worrisome. Fallen trying to chase his way through and somehow jumping headshot with the MAC-10. You love to see that, Moses.
Do you? I mean, it does look kind of cool.
It's just you know what it feels like to be on the other side of it.
Oh, it's the worst. You're just like, what can you do? I feel like Fur's even laughing about it. Probably laughing about something else entirely, but in this context, I'm just going to say it.
I think they even found the last kill. It sort of hurt like they were able to run down the last player there.
Yeah.
So clean up for SK Gaming. And let's see what this is going to bring. Virtus.pro not looking nearly as confident on Inferno as we were thinking just yet.
No, because they've been so good on this tournament. You know, a bad run of form on this map in the year overall, but in this tournament they've looked good on it. And even I think what Taz gave that interview is just like, yeah, all we've done during practices is basically Inferno. We've just focused entirely on this one map. At the moment, I mean, they've lost both pistols, and in the first half they did respond with a second round win. It doesn't happen here, obviously. And SK is starting to get that lead pretty big. No investment this round for Virtus.pro. Snax goes down without a fight. Crossfire set up here. The double peek yields 1 kill, but the round's already over. It's going to be 12-6 when all is said and done, and Fur is building up money. So is Taco. Bolt's not able to do it. He's falling back, and he might have to rebuy in the next round, and he will.
That's 4 MAC-10s in that round. That's a lot too.
Yeah, that is.
This feels like the calm before the storm right now. Virtus.pro don't have rifles yet, or at least haven't had them yet in the game here on Inferno on the CT side. Once they get those, we'll see if some of all that practice starts to get into play, if they could really make something of it. It'll be interesting to see, especially as you mentioned, Pasha with the AWP, if he can have a big impact. It's going to be picked up right away here in the 4th round. So 12-6, SK now doubling the round score of Virtus.pro and going for the quick banana aggression. Seems like they're going to get it too, at least bottom banana.
Yeah, well, I mean, it helps they have that third player over there just to drop that smoke initially. Especially that's great in the 4th round because you don't have, you know, the Molotovs behind the smoke, so you don't have every tool you would like to delay. Pasha's going to miss a shot in Halls. That's a fight I expect. An angle and a shot. Ooh, Snack's getting aggressive. He's brought down to 2 HP. Pasha's taking up his position. Does Fur get lured into this one, knowing he's done so much damage? That'd be huge for Pasha. He has an angle to watch mid and also flick over towards Boiler. It can be a tough shot, though.
It's a miserable feeling when you get brought that low by a MAC-10.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
even any chance to respond either. Let's see what SK can do. Normally when I see this many people grouped up sort of towards the stairwell here in the second mid, I always think, yeah, it's going to be this kind of second mid execute where you can get some great smokes. You can either get them towards Library or Arch, you can even get them towards Pit if you want it. It's such a versatile place to stand.
The tough part is where does Snax position himself, because with 2 HP, it's so difficult to have an impact. You're so easily taken down no matter where you play, and if you're inside the bomb site, you're kind of the linchpin that allows for crossfires to be set up off your contact.
Pasha, smoke gonna land on him, wants to fall back into the site. Only 27 seconds as the Brazilian team start to make their way into CT spawn, sorry. And they're gonna catch Bialy in the middle of everything. And now Neo, who's had a rough game on Inferno, all on his shoulders here by the coffins, and he's gonna need one as well. Bolts will take him down, and 5 versus 3. The rest are not even gonna attempt it. That seems like such a scary play for SK when there's that little time left.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, you have to do something, and obviously they know they could exert a lot of pressure over towards the A bomb site because of how low Snax was, so they force him back into the site. Pasha gives up that angle on Rap side very, very easily, and he chooses to go into the site instead of going towards CT spawn. And I mean, also, you just don't have the information that you know, you can tell him it's possible to go towards CT spawn, but as that player rotating back, as Bialy, I mean, he just gets caught a little unawares, and now the hunt is on. This is huge for SK. Oh my lord. That's a gun gone, and Snax has 2 HP, like we said earlier. He's going to fall very easily there to Fur. Pasha doing, oh, he's got a triple kill. He's going to hold on because that's a brilliant shot. Actually, one player falling, going to turn the corner. Pasha, no! Right at the end. Big win for SK.
Sometimes it really feels like the round timer at the end there is a bit longer.
It just hangs on that last second.
Oh, it just stretches, but brave effort put in to save the rifle is not going to be successful, and SK Gaming are loving everything about this.
No, that couldn't have gone any better for SK. The chase down of those weapons, it's worth every death they took. It's going to be an easy round here against just pistols again.
Look at that Virtus.pro poster. Polar bear on fire and everything. It's interesting.
Why is it on fire?
I don't know. I don't think they like that. Bolts falling back after being shut down to 7 health, but ultimately there's no armor and just a couple of pistols here on the VP side, so shouldn't be too much going on with the aggressive map 2 play, and they've got Cold Zero out there as well. He could take a run for it if he really wanted to, so ultimately this should be a bit of a cleanup round here for the Brazilian side. Almost certainly putting them at 14.
This is going to be so tough for VP. It seems like SK just has full control of this match. With such a big lead, with so much money, and it continues to build thanks to these MAC-10s. They can go deep into the playbook for a very, very long time before they necessarily have to worry about the scoreline catching up to them. So many options available.
How do they snap out of this, Virtus Pro? It feels like, you know, we're not quite seeing the same explosive plays that we saw on Mirage, where they did have a lot up their sleeve.
Normally, I'd say if you're going to do something aggressive, if you're going to do something ballsy, you wait until you have the money built up behind you to be able to take those risks. But if I'm VP, I'm busting it out now. No reason not to. 14-6. You need something to come alive. So it's either some kind of aggressive play that's going to have like long-standing implications across the rest of the half, or you just have some massive play from one of your stars. You know, a guy like Neo, the plays he was making on Mirage, or obviously Snacks would be a big one, or Pasha with the AWP does some like motivating play. Fires up the whole team.
Seems like a lot is going to come down to maybe the double ult there. Snacks and Pasha. I mean, certainly some of the positions are going to be a bit better defended. One of them looks like it's going to be Snacks. You can sort of maybe reliably put him alone over here and just hope that he's going to win the fight.
This is dangerous, though. 4 players over at the A bomb site, and your 1B player is actually deep into the site on the CT spawn choke point. So not getting the information either. Normally when we saw SK do this, they had a player at Broken Wall.
Yeah. Definitely a good point. We'll see if it's going to backfire on them. 55 seconds, and Snacks going aggressive against Bolts. It looked like it was going to be a repeat of the previous round, in fact, where they had the same setup. Pasha missing the mid-air shot there. Should have been easy enough to hold. A little bit of a double Molotov, but first still goes down. Taz, not a chance against Cold Zero. Still 3 versus 4. As Taco almost taking down Bialy, and will get the headshot. Bialy peeking right into it. Down in the pit. 30 seconds. Neo has to come up big here. There is a bit of an overextension from Pasha. Neo going to get the spray, but he's only got 8 bullets, and Fallen will take him down, jumping into it, leaving Snacks to try and rotate in 1 versus 2. This is a very sloppy round coming out of Virtus Pro. Yeah,
Pasha had to trust Neo in that round. No reason to take that peek. Neo's got you covered. They can't get into the site without him fighting. And Snacks now, it's almost impossible 1v2 to win, especially Cold Zero. He had the angle, he had the surprise, and yeah, I mean, I'd like to play from Taz. I don't mind that one. Yes, the flyer was down that he had to run through to take that fight, but he'd already thrown the flashbang, so he was committed at that point. It's the peak from Pasha that really ensures that SK can win that round.
So, we had to wait a long time for that double up to finally come out, and when it does really almost nothing at all. So that's definitely very rough. You have to love Snacks getting that early peak, but SK just don't care anymore. They want Inferno, and that would tie up the series 1-1 with a potential 3 more maps to be played. There's Snacks knocking Fur out. Right at the edge here of Inferno, 15-6.
Even Bolt's taking a dink, so a little bit of fight in the Virtus Pro guys still on Inferno. With a man advantage, or a man and a half advantage. But a long road to go, and at this point, they're not even cheating anyone over. The defense at the A bomb site is aggressive enough that they don't feel they need a 4th player there quite yet. Pop flash set up over at B. Bialy just waiting for Neo's call. I think they might get it. SK is slowly encroaching. Here it comes.
Yeah, setting it up. Knife is timing Neo. That's a 3-man flash, but Fallen, who was right behind the wall, only caught a tiny bit of it, and he gets to get the repeat there. Neo going down. That looked like it was perfect.
Oh, it was outside of Fallen, right? The other 2 players completely blind. Fortunately, Neo doesn't swing all the way out and look to his right. He just stays and hovers around for Broken Wall, and Fallen isn't completely blind, just half, so the repeat works perfectly. And now the defense is split 2 and 2, so you can still have an effective defense over here at the B bomb site.
Taco putting down a smoke over on the A side, and looks like he wants to make as much noise as he can here at top mid while pressure is being applied on the other side of the map, hoping maybe to catch someone rotating out of the site. Bolts rolling right in. Pasha holding down Mouse 1, but not connecting with the 2nd kill, so Cold will take him down. 10 seconds now. 2 versus 3 here in SK, looking to close out Inferno right away. They want to make a statement here towards Virtus.pro and say, listen, we're in this grand final to win it as well. Taz and Snacks, how do you get back into this site when you have nothing to do it with? No flashbangs, no kit. This is going to be raw, and Fallen is so ready for it. He misses the shot, and he's going to go down. Nice peek from Cold Zero, making it a double. And now Snacks, out of teammates, out of time, and also out of rounds to lose here on Inferno, trying to make the rotation, but triple kill from Cold Zero, and it will be SK Gaming winning map number 2 here at the Grand Finals, taking down Virtus.pro. Now we've got a real finals on our hands.
Yeah, we really do. Both teams winning their opponents' map picks, and SK, they didn't seem in danger whatsoever on Inferno, especially that T side. They had everything under control. They had everything under wraps. They controlled the money the whole way. Yeah, that was some energy in that step.
Yeah, Fallen has definitely come alive here. That has to feel just great.
Yeah. I mean, it is obviously worrying if you go into Inferno, which VP's been so good on. You've lost map 1. And then all of a sudden you're on, you're on backs against the wall. One more map and you're done. So equalizing things, ensuring that we're going to go on.
Yes, and that's what we want, obviously. Such a great lineup of maps, and it's going to be, I think it's going to be even more unpredictable now. The maps are going to get crazier. Was Cobblestone the last one, I think?
Yeah, and then, I mean, the next map is Train.
Yes.
And we saw SK batter VP on that in the group stages.
Yeah.
That was when Fallen was just God mode with the AWP.
One of those maps where I expect it's going to be maybe crazier than on Inferno, especially maybe for some of the players that we haven't really seen put into play yet on Inferno. Pasha, I think, is going to have more fun playing that map, hopefully.
Yeah, you'd hope so, wouldn't you? He had a very quiet Inferno.
Well, let's see how it is. We're going to get the breakdown of Inferno first, so stay with us. We'll be right back.
A grand final, it seems, as the first two do go the other way. Map picks are not necessarily working out for the teams that chose them. Virtus.pro, a map that they put a lot of time into, as we heard from the interview. Taz saying that was a map that they invested a lot of their practice into. Inferno and SK kind of laugh at them, especially as they attempt to defend. I'm joined by YNK and Spun J. Not a single CT round acquired. Chad, you're pulling a funny face. This is going to be a long one then.
Don't make us do predictions anymore, Alex.
Hey man, look, it's just my way of making it clear that the segment's over, okay?
Oh,
and
okay.
That's kind of how it works.
I feel like an idiot.
Why? You shouldn't feel like an idiot, because Mirage happened.
Yeah.
Okay?
And then Inferno happened, and, you know, what are they? They lost Pistol.
Yeah.
They forced Borton back. They went, yeah, let's do it. They look good. And then they cooled off, and then SK won the second Pistol, and that's all she wrote.
I mean, does it come down to Pistols? Yenko kind of, I mean, it's very core. We saw VP win Pistols on Mirage and not so on Inferno.
Not necessarily to Pistols, but the second Pistol. Because VP had a 3v2. VP had a 3v2 situation, and Bolts only had 7 HP. And Neo did a good job, but then, you know, in that bit of an awkward fight with Bolts, he just couldn't connect.